Have you ever felt the chill of an unseen guardian? Imagine standing in a sunlit playground, the laughter of children echoing like distant bells, but beneath it all, a whisper of wind carries the faint, metallic tang of fear, much like that moment in The Sixth Sense when the boy whispers, "I see dead people," pulling you into a world where innocence collides with the unknown. What if your own childhood hid such shadows, where a tiny protector waged silent wars against the invisible? This is the heart-pounding essence of Episode 8 of Kaya-chan Isn't Scary, released on March 1st, 2026, streaming exclusively on Crunchyroll. As the series builds toward its midpoint in this 12-episode winter run, this installment deepens the creeping dread of Kaya's double life, leaving me breathless, my skin prickling as if I were right there in the kindergarten sandbox, sensing eyes watching from the edges. It's not just a story, it's a tease of secrets that beg you to uncover them yourself. Why does the ordinary feel so haunted, and what price does a child pay to keep the darkness at bay? Picking up from Episode 7's Hospital Horrors, where Kaya confronted a swarm of ghostly infants and a deceptive spirit, hinting at deeper family traumas like her grandmother's injuries and an aunt's ominous oversight. This episode shifts to a deceptively playful day. Kaya, our pint-sized exorcist, dreams of building a mountain, but gets pulled into a construction gig by a boisterous boss at Nakahashi Construction, only to fumble the job in her quirky way. Meanwhile, her classmate Saku spots something eerie in a neighbor's window, a face that chills like the ghostly apparitions in classic tales like Japan's yokai legends or the hanging specters in Edgar Allan Poe's Gothic nightmares. As Kaya investigates, the line between the living and the dead blurs, revealing a tragic warning tied to suicide, much like the sorrowful echoes in real-life stories of lost souls from history's darkest hours, such as the restless spirits said to haunt ancient battlefields. You're there with them, heart racing as the door creaks open, the air thick with unspoken grief. Will this revelation shatter their innocence or bind them closer? The episode ends on a note that dangles like a half-heard whisper, urging you to watch and piece together the puzzle yourself. In terms of plot progression, Episode 8 masterfully advances the narrative by weaving everyday kid antics with escalating supernatural stakes, much like how Coraline turns a button-eyed world into a trapdoor of terror. Key revelations clarify Kaya's growing powers. She crushes spirits with ease, but at what cost? While a twist involving a warning ghost echoes the protective phantoms in folklore, like the benevolent banshees of Irish myths who foretell doom to save the living. The pacing is deliberate, building from lighthearted chaos to gut-wrenching intensity, balancing drama without overwhelming the viewer. But let's address those cloudy aspects fans buzz about on Reddit and X, formerly Twitter. Why does the face in the window feel so ambiguously tragic? Drawing from the manga's Chapter 8, Something Hard to See Is Not Scary, by Taro Yuri, it's no ghost at first. It's a hanged corpse, a suicide victim whose spirit lingers to shield the children from the sight, adding layers to the series' exploration of mental anguish. Previous episodes' comments on forums like Anime News Network highlight similar confusion around Kaya's family, her possession in Episode 6, Grandma's scars from a mysterious entity, and the aunt's cold assessment in Episode 7 suggest a lineage of psychics cursed by something ancient, perhaps a familial demon. X-users rave about the intense curiosity in threads, with one saying, "Mobu's disappearance had me scrolling for spoilers. It's tied to Kaya's aunt evaluating if she's too dangerous." This episode resolves Mobu's odd behavior. He's a spirit ally, acting erratic under external influence, shedding light on the web novel's hints of a boss overseeing supernatural kids. Overall, it's a well-researched pivot that ties loose ends while cliffhanging on Kaya's potential removal, making the arc feel like a slow-burn thriller akin to The Exorcist, where every revelation heightens the dread. On character development, Kaya shines as a wounded warrior in pigtails. Her motivations stem from hidden scars, like a soldier in history's child warriors, such as the young samurais of feudal Japan who fought unseen battles. Her choice is surprise. She chooses mercy for the ghost, transforming her from chaotic kid to empathetic guardian, consistent with her growth from Episode 1's book-destroying tantrums. Chie, the teacher, deepens too, her worry mirroring a parent's quiet panic, as seen in real-life tales of guardians like in Frank's protectors during the Holocaust, hiding horrors to preserve hope. Sokka's innocence cracks, revealing vulnerability that tugs at your heart, making you wonder, what if you were her, peering into the abyss? Thematically, the episode probes Power's double edge, morality and exorcism, sacrifice for friends, and hope versus despair, like Nietzsche's abyss staring back, manifested in Kaya's struggles. It's not just named, it lives in her choice to face the hard to see, questioning if ignorance is bliss or a curse. Much like Plato's cave dwellers fearing the light, world-building expands with lore on ghosts' warnings, enriching the universe like adding rooms to a haunted house, complicating rules where spirits can be allies, not just foes. Dialogue sparkles with poetic punch. Kaya's blunt, "It's not scary," Mary, lands like a child's defiant chant against the night, foreshadowing her burdens, resonating long after, akin to the iconic "Here's Johnny" in The Shining that echoes terror in simplicity. You're in the room, feeling the weight of unsaid words, curiosity gnawing. What hidden truths will break next? Under art director, unknown from sources, but crediting the team's vision. The animation pulses with fluidity. Shadows creep like living ink. Colors shift from warm playground yellows to cold, blue-tinged dread, symbolizing the slide from joy to despair. Stillness in the window scene amplifies tension, much like Hitchcock's frozen frames in Psycho, where silence screams. Director Hiroshi Ikata's cinematography uses low angles to make ghosts tower like historical tyrants over the meek. Editing rhythms quicken like a heartbeat in pursuit, mirroring Kaya's inner turmoil. The soundtrack acts as a spectral companion. Haunting motifs swell during revelations. Crescendos burn into memory like Beethoven's symphonies evoking revolutionary fire, while silence in the sandbox speaks volumes, louder than any roar, pulling you into the void. Voice acting elevates it all. Kaya's Siyu, voiced by a standout child performer, perhaps akin to Aoi Yuki's versatile tones, infuses tremor and intensity, embodying her soul's fragility. Her whispers cut like a knife, making you feel her isolation. Chie's VA delivers warmth with underlying quake, highlighting the episode's emotional core. This episode left me scarred with wonder, a collision of destinies where a child's playdate turns into a brush with mortality, sparking questions like, what unseen sacrifices do we make for love? I felt the ash of grief in my throat, the spark of hope in Kaya's eyes, much like the poignant farewells in history's epics, such as Romeo and Juliet's tragic embrace. You're drawn in, heart pounding as if witnessing the climax yourself, a breaking point that shifts everything, leaving philosophical echoes. Is bravery just facing what others can't see? It provokes curiosity so intense, you ache to dive deeper, to answer the call of the unknown. Using the reverse reading technique, some might critique the pacing as slow or the horror opaque, but I see it as deliberate, mirroring life's gradual unveilings, like puzzles in Lost that reward patience. Complexity adds depth, though occasional ambiguity frustrates, yet it serves the theme of hard to see, making opacity a strength. Balanced, it's more appreciation than flaw. The emotional payoff outweighs minor stumbles. Episode 8 triumphs in blending horror with heart, succeeding as both chilling tale and profound reflection. Strengths in its immersive world and character arcs, weaknesses minor in its teasing opacity. But tell me, reader, can you resist the whisper calling you to Crunchyroll, to feel the chill yourself? Watching isn't just entertainment, it's the next step in confronting your own hidden fears, where the story becomes your mirror. What will you see staring back?